Pete's sake, we've got a show to do here. Welcome to the show. Tonight coming to you in surround sound Dolby, which of course makes all the difference. And tonight, a very special wet dream edition of Live and Sweaty, with a distinctive aquatic theme. Elle McFeast will be visiting the Australian men's water polo team. We're going to be bringing you a very special look at the future of Australia's swimming team, which left just last night for the Barcelona Olympics. Bath? Get it? Oh, I slay me. Plus, Peter Hadfield, Australia's greatest ever decathlete, which has nothing to do with aquatic teams, but let's not worry about that, will be with us tonight. And speaking of water, Ros Kelly. Now, what's she got to do with water? Well, the pike is a fish, and Ros Kelly has piked. That's right. Keen viewers will remember that last week I said the Minister for Sport, Ros Kelly, would be on the show tonight. We had her booked in for 4 weeks. Looking forward to it. We really were. We all had our shoulder pads polished, the whole lot. And then suddenly, mysteriously this week, her office rang up. Not Ros, her office rang up and said she had another appointment. Well, do we believe her? No. That's funny, I did. So Ros Pike. Now Ros, you're probably watching at home. No, you couldn't be watching at home tonight because you have another appointment. But if you were watching at home tonight, I just want you to know that we don't take it personally. It's not a problem for us. However, it is a problem for other people because upon hearing that you were going to be on the show and aware of the kind of Kelly hysteria that you whip up in audiences and the possibility that our studio audience will be overcome with your charisma, St. John Ambulance kindly agreed to sit amongst the audience and look after those stricken by enormous power to enthrall. Now, see, there's a couple of them here. This is Helen, who's given up her night off when she normally goes to a disco and there's sort of this spangly body leotard and so on. Helen, obviously we have a lot of people now grief-stricken and in shock. It's a mass situation. How are you going to deal with this?
Triage.
Triage, which of course is French, Ros, for up yours, buddy, because... Now, sorry, I just got a bit emotional there myself because there is a wave of grief here, and for anyone watching at home who is so distressed at the thought of not seeing Ros Kelly tonight, the number is on your screen now, the Ros Kelly counselling number, 029503456. Call it. Our counsellors will be helping 24 hours a day. But we'll push on. In place of Ros... Sorry. I'm all right. In place of Ros, we have... Well, I'm not going to tell you who we have. It's someone extremely special who was very close by and very cheap, and so we're able to get them at short notice. But first, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's Controversy Corner subject. Should we play sport? Ros, should we? Should we play sport with South Africa? Look, massage. Ooh, goody. Hello, Andrew Nelson, ABC Television. Could I get a quick massage?
Yes, you may.
Can you make me totally relaxed inside a minute?
In 5 minutes.
Or less?
Less?
Than a minute.
Oh, it'll be mini.
I'm a busy young man on the go.
Okay, lie down. Face it there. Arms down.
Should we play sport with South Africa?
Well, yes, I think we should. Sport and politics don't go well together.
Well, why is it you think that sport has been such an effective sanction against South Africa?
My opinion is, anyway, that they're really into sport,
yeah.
and it's governing. It's a good tool to play with. Because people don't want their sport to be ruined, so they'll go with whatever's being told of them. If that makes any sense. Have I got a few more minutes or what? I think he's falling asleep.
Oh, God, that's the time I've got to go.
Oh, okay.
But I do feel very relaxed.
I think you'll be walking around in a circle.
Extraordinarily relaxed. I'm just quite... Oh, thank you very much. That was fabulous.
My God, what an impact after, 30 seconds?
The miracles of shit. Oh, hello. Should we play sport with South Africa?
Oh, dear, how embarrassing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You've been great.
Thank you very much.
Should we play sport? Oh, we've done that, have we? Right. Music time now. Normally what we bring you on Live and Sweaty is some hard-driving rock and roll with a social message and a big drum beat. But tonight, something a little bit different. It's a Newcastle band with a bit of a blues, jazz, fusion, flamenco, ska, funk, skiffle, riffle, whoopsie-doozy kind of thing. Please welcome Well Swung. We'll send you a tape of some of Roz's press conferences. It's okay. See what you've done, Roz. You know, I've tried to think all week, why? Why wouldn't Roz Kelly come to this show? Some people said it's because she's gutless. Some people said it's because she's square. I don't think so. I went down to Canberra recently to try and discover the real reason behind Paul Keating refusing to come 10-pin bowling. And you know what I found? That there's a web of fear. Well, we're going to tell you about that web of fear very shortly. Hang on. But first, somebody who herself is a little bit scary, Karen Ty.
Thanks, Andrew. Good evening. Well, Eastern Suburbs' hopes of making the final five have been dented a little further by Illawarra tonight at the Sydney Football Stadium. The Steelers led 8-2 at the break, going on to record an 18-6 win over the Roosters. Here's their last try of the match.
11 metres from the line. Skipperletti works it back blindside for Simon and Doherty. Doherty gets a pass away. Oh, what a great ball! And going in to score is Rodwell.
Yes, well, we'll quickly move to basketball and 2 matches tonight in the Men's National League. We've got half-time scores. Canberra 56 are leading Adelaide 47, and the Newcastle Falcons, well, they're doing it tough against North Melbourne, 64-37 the score. While in the Women's National League, we've got the result of one of those games, bullying Melbourne just by 2 points over the AIS. And that's it from me. I'll be back a bit later on in the program, but now it's over to Andrew.
Web of Fear, I'll tell you, Web of Fear. I went to the entrance to the House of Representatives and tried to find out what was going on. Well, see for yourself. Excuse me, good morning. Andrew Denton, ABC Television. How are you? Could you please help me here? I'm trying to find out what Mr. Keating's position is vis-a-vis the 10-pin bowling challenge for Live and Sweaty.
I think it might be better if you refer that directly to Mr. Keating.
You don't have any statement to make on this at all? Do you feel he should 10-pin bowl? Please tell me if Mr. Keating is likely to come 10-pin bowling on Live and Sweaty. No comment on this? Do you think he should come 10-pin bowling? You said, Mr. Keating, why is he refusing to come 10-pin bowling on Live and Sweaty? Do you have any idea?
I probably can't get his fingers in the hole.
Excuse me, good morning, Andrew Denton, ABC Television. Could you please tell me why Mr. Keating refuses to come 10-pin bowling on Live and Sweaty?
Well, you know, you've got his bloody snout and too many troughs, and pigs don't fly and they don't play bloody 10-pin bowling.
Should he come 10-pin bowling for the people of Australia?
Every time.
Will you pass that message on?
I'll tell him today. I think he ought to be out showing a bit more of his athletic prowess. He's refusing?
Yes.
That's disgraceful.
Good morning, Andrew Denton, ABC Television.
Hello, Andrew.
Hello, how are you?
Very nice to meet you in the flesh.
Oh, well, thank you. Gosh, a nice, warm person in Canberra. I didn't think I'd meet one.
Well, not only to keep me out here for very
Well,
long.
I'll keep you here for long. Why does Mr. Keating refuse to come 10-pin bowling on Live and Sweaty?
Because he's scared you're going to beat him, Andrew.
I think it's something that Prime Minister should do in view of the depressed state of the nation. What do you think?
I agree with you, Andrew. I'm sure the nation is waiting to see Paul Keating play bowls with you.
I think it's in the national interest that if you're not good at 10-pin bowling, you shouldn't do it.
You shouldn't do it. So you're protecting Mr. Keating.
I'm protecting him.
Have the threats been
It's
put
a
on you?
habit, actually.
There's a web of fear here, isn't there? There's a fear of talking about this issue. People have been told not to mention it.
There might be a web of fear about where the ball goes on the 10-pin bowling course, but otherwise, generally, no, we're too cold to be frightened.
Leaping Leo, how are you? Andrew Denton, Live and Sweaty. Why is Mr. Keating refusing to come 10-pin bowling? Mr. McClay, have you been muzzled on this? Have you been told not to talk? Good morning, Andrew Denton, ABC Television.
Andrew Denton, Gary Neal, father of the famous
Andy Neal, Andy.
Triple J.
It's amazing to meet you. Well, Gary, you will know.
I do.
Why is Mr. Keating refusing to come 10-pin bowling on Live and Sweaty?
I don't know. I'd certainly do it.
You do it?
Of course.
But unfortunately, Gary...
I'm not Prime Minister.
No,
I
you're
should
not
be.
Prime Minister. We want the big turkey himself.
Well, when I ever end up the big turkey, I'll come 10-pin bowling with you.
Gary, should Mr. Keating come 10-pin bowling?
He should, very definitely.
Why?
To satisfy his viewing public.
Which is enormous out there.
Of course.
Isn't this something that's going to lift the spirits of the unemployed youth of Australia?
Well, something needs to lift their spirits, but I don't think Mr. Keating's got anything to offer that can.
Oh, no, don't make this party political, please.
Why not?
I mean, what
Why
we're
not?
with statesmanship, just for once, statesmanship.
In that case, I'll say it with a smile. Mr. Keating has nothing to offer.
That was a smile.
Well, I think that's shocking. You know, it's an interesting sport. I go 10-pin bowling myself.
Yes.
I don't think there's any age or skill limitation. Maybe he thinks it's demeaning for a yuppie to go bowling.
Well, there are a lot of unemployed youth out there. This would lift their spirits, don't you believe? Should Mr. Keating wake up to himself?
Oh, absolutely. He needs to be setting an example. He should be telling kids that being unemployed can be fun.
Are you prepared to put this question to Mr. Keating personally?
Why isn't he going 10-pin bowling?
Yes.
I'll do that personally.
That's a pledge?
That's an absolute pledge. I'll
A
step the day in the
politician's pledge?
chamber. A politician's pledge and a real pledge.
All
On
right.
behalf of the unemployed kids of Australia, Keating must go bowling.
You, sir, are charged with an important duty. Go and do it.
Thank you. Forward.
Who voted for those people? Was it you? We want your name and address immediately. Action will be taken. As always, it's that time of night where it's my pleasure to introduce somebody who's a very sick bunny tonight, so please treat her gently, as I always attempt to. Debbie Spillane. You poor thing.
Yes, my throat feels like I've just gone 7 tie-break sets with Monica Seles.
You could make a fortune with the 0055 number in that voice at the moment.
Oh, well. It's a pity I don't have much voice because there is so much to talk about this week in sport. Women's sport got some serious ammunition with the releasing of the results of a survey that showed 7 in 10 Australians would like to see more women's sport on TV. However, I don't think the news really deserved this innuendo-laden headline that the Daily Telegraph Mirror gave it.
Dearie me.
Amazing, isn't it? Conjures up images of women athletes being watched by men, sleazy, heavy breathing, wearing raincoats, that sort of thing. Why not just come out with a good, straightforward slogan like women's sport, a smorgasbord for lechery?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I think it's good.
Or something like, women's sport has too many knockers. Well, I wouldn't put it beyond the Murdoch press. Actually, Ros Kelly, had you had the guts, even the courtesy to come on the show tonight, you could have addressed this issue which was in the news this week, but no, you've neglected your responsibility. Sorry, Debbie, do go on.
Opportunity gone missing.
Yes.
Cricket's been in the limelight again with a bit of drama over in England between the English and the Pakistanis. There are several run-ins between Miandad's men and a rookie umpire called Roy Palmer in the 3rd test at Old Trafford. And on the final day of the test, all hell broke loose when the ump warned Aqib Javed for persistent bouncer bowling. And then at the end of the over, the Pakistanis claimed that this dreadful man threw the jumper and the hat back to the bowler. I've got this dastardly deed on tape, and I want you all to have a look and judge for yourselves.
Oh, my God.
It's disgraceful behaviour, isn't
That's the most violent thing I've ever seen in a sport. Somebody could have been killed.
I actually think it's an incredible tribute to the Pakistanis that they play cricket so well when they obviously can't identify either a catch or a throw.
Very good point.
In Italy this week, there was the solution for sports nuts who really can't decide on a Saturday whether they want to have a punt on the GGs or go and watch the footy. This is an event which combines violence and horse racing. I reckon this is the go for Malcolm Johnson, actually. The stewards would never pick him amongst this lot. Stirring stuff, isn't it? Talk about riding high. Andrew goes hysterical.
I'm sorry. Can we see that bit again where the horse falls over? It's just... Can we please see that bit again where the horse falls over? That is so funny.
You're a sick man.
That's my idea of sport. Can we please, somebody, please? Because it's... Look at this. The horse isn't hurt or anything. Like, it's not... That's not what's so funny, but it's just, first of all, it falls over a jockey, and can't you have the horse thinking, oh, who left that there? And then this great beast is so undignified, it's like, slides on its back, and I can imagine it standing up and going, I'm a horse, nobody saw that? I think that's great. That's what I'd pay to go and see.
Yes, so you've at last found a horse race that you're into. What I liked was the way they were riding really high in that race, and that reminds me about that young apprentice who was... suspended for smoking cannabis, tested positive to it. I can't believe that. Can you imagine riding in a race? Like a 1,200-metre event, it seemed like the Melbourne Cup. It'd go forever. Right. And also, I mean, if you get the munchies, you just can't get stuck into the chips and the chocolates and the rest of it if you've got to keep down to about 50k, you know?
I actually have no idea what you're talking about.
And another famous street event this week, the running of the bulls in Pamplona, Spain. Look at this. How tanked would you have to be to get into this? Disappointingly, our Australian representative in Spain, Christopher Skase, wasn't able to run. He is an expert, of course. He's been in training around the villa, seeing how far he can keep running before his own bull catches up with him.
Yes, well, actually, this time of year, Australia has a similar, well, actually, budget time, a similar festival, the running of the bullshit in Canberra. Looking forward to that. Debbie, that was a most amusing report. I insist on seeing that horse footage every week.
Oh, dear. Isn't it amazing how you get a creative comedy show and the funniest thing is somebody falling over?
No. The
God, you're a comic genius, Andy.
No, the funniest thing is somebody farting and lighting it. That always works. I know the Australian market, it works a treat. That's how Graham Kennedy got so far.
I thought it was the Crow. Anyway, I think the party's getting rough. Let's
yeah, let's get the
move
hell
on to
out.
El McPhee's. Get rougher.
Take care of yourself, for Pete's sake, as
Yes.
we go down to Melbourne and our good friend El McPhee's.
The Australian Olympic water polo team qualified for the Barcelona Olympics at the Olympic qualifying tournament in Calgary. Just recently, they missed out on the gold medal by that much to Cuba. But that was the easy bit. They've been seeded for the Olympics in Group A, which basically means that they have to knock off at least one of the world's top 4 sides in order to have a chance to play in the playoffs. Take a look at this motley bunch. Can they do it? Water polo as a sport in Australia, you've always qualified for the Olympics. It's obviously got a very sound...
Since 56.
Why is that?
Every Australian learns how to swim.
Yeah.
And basically all of us are ex-swimmers who got bored with looking down the little back line of the pool and decided to play water polo.
Black line, black line.
Yeah. Exactly.
So is it a rough sport?
Oh, not as rough as some.
What about eyes?
Well, one time I got stabbed in the eye by a Canadian once. They did 6 stitches in my eyelid.
And was that accidental on purpose?
Yes, absolutely.
Is there much of that?
Not really. Not the best teams in the world. They're too worried about winning. They don't worry about trying to hurt you.
Yeah.
It's the lesser teams that are sort of the only way they can try and win is to try and beat you up.
If you can outplay them, then you're on top of them all the time, so they don't get a chance to. You know all the little tricks how to get them back.
Is that a long way down there? Is it?
Nah.
Would it hurt if I pushed you?
No, probably not.
Okay, shut up. All right, so let's talk tactics, shall we? Let's just say you're up against the Cubans in the finals. What are some of the tactics that we could expect in a really tough water polo match?
Tough water polo match, too nervous. Got to do a lot of this. Pulling down, pushing down.
So pushing him down.
You know, occasionally if you can get one of those, then it's perfect.
What's the rest not looking, something like that?
But we're definitely not allowed to do any of this.
Oh! What about something like this? Oh!
There's one more favourite, but
What's that?
it's called the squirrel. Oh! Oh, sorry.
I couldn't feel anything.
Pass it on.
That's fun.
And Whitey's got one more to show you. This is especially what we do in training.
You could only see what I just felt. They ruined my hair. Don't get mad. Get even.
Oh, dear. Dear me. Elle McFeast trying to do something about the problem of overcrowding at the Olympics. Good on you, Elle. Look forward to your report next week. How many people here know what sports are in the decathlon? Anybody? Can anybody name the sports? Pole vault, yes. Javelin, very good. Hurdles, macrame, basketballing, pottery, jiu-jitsu, car racing, very... Well, I don't know. I've got no idea. But our next guest will. Australia's greatest ever decathlete, the Australian champion from 1976 to 1985, twice represented us at the Olympics, twice at the Commonwealth Games, where he picked up a silver medal competing against the greatest decathlete ever in the entire history of all known civilizations, Daley Thompson, and the first Australian ever to break the 8,000-point mark in the decathlon, which, to put you in the picture, is roughly the equivalent to breaking the 4-minute mile, something I do in my car every day, but I don't see it so hard. But anyway, will you please welcome Peter Hadfield. Peter, what are the sports in the decathlon?
Well, it's held over 2 days. 100 metres is the first event, long jump, shot put, high jump.
Knew that, yep.
400 metres.
Yep.
Have a night's
That's
rest.
the easy day, right?
Yep. Then come out 110-metre hurdles, discus, pole vault, javelin, and the event that all decathletes love, the 1,500 metres.
Is that all?
That's it, yeah.
Oh, well, it's not that bad, really, is it? Actually, I have heard it said that people take up the decathlon because they're not good enough at any one sport. Is that a fair comment?
Well, I've got a bit of a biased view, I suppose, but no, people like Daley Thompson, for example, was probably one of the best 100-metre sprinters in the UK. He was the best pole vaulter, the best long jumper. I've won New South Wales championships in pole vault and long jump, held the New South Wales record in pole vaulting.
Actually, the pole vault always strikes me as a really scary sport.
Yeah, it is. If you think about it, it's a bit silly, really. You come on and
very silly
and take off flat stick and then put the pole in the vaulting box and take off and go 5 metres in the air and then land back on the bags with a pole that's maybe as thick as a glass. And I've broken about half a dozen and broken my left ankle and done all sorts of bits and pieces pole vaulting.
Well, at the very top.
Yeah, I went over the bar and then looked down, and I think the bar was at about 4 metres 70 or 4 metres 80, and looked down and realised there were no bags underneath me. So I had that split second of falling through the air, knowing that I was going to hurt something when I landed, and I did.
And what was it you hurt?
My left ankle.
Yeah. Actually, 4.7 metres is what for the average person at home? How high is that?
4.7, about 15 feet, something like that. Yeah.
That's a pretty damn high height to fall from. Why did you choose such a tough sport? Or tough event?
Well, I guess in hindsight, I was looking at the reasons why I did the decathlon. Probably because I like doing a whole stack of different things. Probably because I'm a little bit insane. But after retiring, I found out the reason why I did the decathlon was golf wasn't one of the events.
But you're no good at golf.
And I'm no good at golf, yeah.
So. I should make the distinction, by the way. Peter did the decathlon, Alex Watson did the decathlon. There's a very important difference. One is coffee, one is a sporting...
I was probably pentat, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I get very confused. Now, it strikes me as being like the Swiss Army knife of sports. It's got all these functions in one, the decathlon. How come it's not a glamour sport, like, say, the 100 metres?
Well, it is a glamour sport in Germany, particularly. It's rated as the pinnacle. If you're a decathlon champion, you're the pinnacle of athletes in West Germany, or
really?
As it was.
So we're just a bit ignorant here, are we?
Probably. I guess most people don't realise what's involved, and I guess that's a reflection of the media coverage that it gets. And I think you have to stick around and study it for 2 days. It's not like the 100 metres, you're out and back inside in 10 seconds. But isn't that its charm?
I mean, that's a bit like the charm of a cricket match and a test, in that it's actually an unfolding drama. It's not just an instant burst.
Well, I think it is. There's a lot of dramas that unfold in between all the events, and you can be leading after 1 or 2, and then you have a bad, which is your weak event, drop back to 7th or 8th, and then climb back up again. And just knowing the point score and knowing the events. The Europeans, particularly in Austria and Germany, they really know their decathlon scores. And like I was even mobbed in the street, where I could walk down the street here and no one would know who Peter Hadfield was or who the decathlon was, but it's a different story.
Don't you all know who Peter Hadfield is? Of course you do. He's sitting here, you stupid people. I can't believe it sometimes. With the decathlon, what was your weakest event? What was the event you loathed and feared?
Oh, well, definitely the 1,500 metres.
What was it about that you hated?
Well, we're really built for speed and strength, not for endurance. 9 of the events are...
Both of us?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. You and I, Andrew, yeah. And the decathlon's that odd event out. That 1,500 metres is more an endurance event, so everyone hated to do that. And my most inconsistent event was probably the high jump too. I wasn't very good at that, and I had a bit of a failure in Los Angeles in the high jump, and I was coming in about 5th or 6th position after 3 events and dropped down to about 35th position after the high jump.
Actually, that was a national shame. A lot of us here remember that high jump event with a lot of bitterness and resentment, Peter, but we've got over that to invite you here tonight.
Well, I don't think I have, actually.
Oh, really? Does it still eat at you, then?
Yeah, it does a bit. I think that I went into the LA competition knowing that I had a good chance of not winning a medal, but performing better than I actually did. I'd just broken 8,000 points and was hoping to repeat that performance in Los Angeles, and fell a little bit short, mainly because of that high jump performance.
Is 8,000 points often achieved around the world? Or is it a rarity?
Well, I think if you're good at it, you achieve 8,000 points. And to put it in reflection, I think number 4 in Moscow when I competed, that was 8,000 points better. So only 4 over 8,000 in the Moscow Olympics. And I think there was only about 6 or 7 in LA that were over 8,000 points, and less than that in Seoul. So yeah, you have to be right up there to break 8,000 points.
Yeah. Now, you had the, I suppose, misfortune to compete. Your career ran parallel to the greatest decathlete in modern times, Daley Thompson. Was it inspirational or was it depressing to compete against a man who seemed to be unbeatable?
Well, it was a bit of a pain in the neck to keep finishing behind him all the time. Yeah. But I wasn't Robinson Crusoe. Everyone else finished behind him as well.
But how did you deal with that personally, knowing that you were going into a competition and you almost certainly were not going to beat this man?
Well, you go in there and knowing the event, there are 10 events, and that's 10 times the amount of things that can go wrong than there are in an individual event. So there was always a possibility that he may have an off day or may do an event incorrectly or do something wrong.
Did he ever?
Not normally, no.
Did you ever see him have a bad day?
I've seen him break a pole in a pole vault competition. He did that in Seoul, but then came back and finished 4th. But I think Daley was probably past his prime to a degree after the 1986 Commonwealth Games in Seoul. It wasn't the old Daley Thompson as we'd seen in '78 in the Commonwealth Games right through to Moscow and Los Angeles. He was just so dominant, very competitive, and really let nothing put him off.
Now, you're a motivational speaker and after-dinner speaker. Is there any one event or person in your career that used to motivate you, that you would carry in your mind when you needed a lift?
Yeah, I guess Daly was probably one that had that incessant drive to succeed, regardless of what external circumstances were happening. He just really pushed hard. And there are a whole stack of competitors that have done well in individual events, but I think he really dominated for 8 years, which was pretty amazing in the decathlon.
I know what you mean. I've pretty much based much of my life on Muhammad Ali, and look, I'll mock if you like, but he's very important to me, that man. Now, we've actually got a race, but you're either holding a book here because you're
Well, I was holding a little present for you here, Andrew. It's the scoring tables, you see, so I thought that you'd be able, every time you score, you could probably be able to quantify it, but unfortunately...
Well, I can quantify it now. 0.
But when I picked it up, I thought it was for men's decathlon, but it's actually for women's track and field events, but I thought it still may be appropriate. I'm not sure.
Thank you very much, Peter. And by the way, I'm afraid this isn't necessarily relevant to people all over Australia, but right now the holy relics, of which this is now a part, are in an exhibition at an actual art gallery. They have become quite important cultural icons. They're at the Sport and Art exhibition at the Penrith Regional Gallery, Emu Plains, until the 16th of August. So go and see it. Peter Hatfield, thank you very much.
Thank you, Andrew.
And now it's over to our swimming correspondent. Behind me is the Australian Olympic swimming team. Any moment now, they'll be heading off to Barcelona as part of their ceaseless quest for Olympic gold. But when the Olympics are over, what then for our aquatic heroes? What of their future? We here at Live and Sweaty believe that it should be possible for any Olympic athlete, whether they win a medal or not, to cash in on the Olympics and make a fortune by sponsoring an appropriate product. That's why we have developed our revolutionary Live and Sweaty endorsement placement service. Over the years, Live and Sweaty has placed many successful clients, including Farlup and Perkins Paste, Jeff Fennick and the Encyclopedia Britannica, Dawn Fraser and Dawn Toilet Tissues, and Dean Lucan and Weight Watchers. Hello, name?
Hi, Lindley Frame.
Lindley Frame. Nickname Lindley?
Nin.
Pardon?
Nin, N-I-N.
Now, star sign?
Scorpio.
What are the attributes of Scorpio, Lindley?
Fantastic personality, fantastic person.
And modesty.
Yes.
All those attributes. All right, Lindley, now I think the reason you've obviously come here today is that you worry about your future and you're looking for products you can endorse when you get back, hopefully with several gold medals hanging around your neck.
That's right.
But it doesn't matter if you don't. I mean, Australians are good like that. Now, so what we have here is a selection of possible products. Come over here, Lindley. Let's go shopping. Selection of possible products that you could endorse. Now, is there anything here that catches your eye that says to you, this is me, Lindley Frame?
I think it would have to be the walking frame.
Genius stroke, why didn't I think of it? That's brilliant. The Lindley Frame walking frame. Now, just put your hands around that. Yep. Lindley Frame, walking frame, take one.
The Lindley Frame, walking frame, very versatile and great.
I'm sold. Now, can I just make one suggestion? Normal walking frame, but if you endow it with sex appeal like... sell a million of them. I look at Duncan Armstrong and I see lint collector.
Right.
Now, Duncan, it's a simple test. Now, what I'd like you to do is hold the lint collector.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good start, actually.
Before every race, I usually pick it up and just give myself a quick brush off, just to make there's no lint, no hair, nothing sticking in my hair, and off I go, breaking world records if I can.
Come over here, Karen. I know it's just occurred. The wheelbarrow. If you can't sell wheelbarrows, Karen Van Werdum, I'll be very... That's good. If you hold on to the wheelbarrow.
Hold on to the wheelbarrow.
With the left hand. Right hand, sorry. Left hand on your hip. That's great. The big cheesy grin. Let's get the full shot of this. That's fantastic. Now, how do you feel?
Funny.
Funny? Big smile. Now, perhaps point at it with your left hand. Yeah. See, and I can see now, it's reliable. It's a Van Werdum. Sold? I am. If the name Glenn Houseman was attached to railway timetables and suddenly the product became glamorous, big bucks. Try saying to the camera, why don't you catch the 10:30 from Coan?
Why don't you catch the 10:30 from Coan?
Fantastic.
Why
Now,
am I saying this?
no. Oh, you have a problem with this? We don't want to push a product on you that you're not comfortable with, which is why railway timetable, you're right, a stupid suggestion. How do you feel about the Joy of Sex?
How do I feel? I haven't read it, so...
Joy of Sex, a very stupid idea, the Joy of Sex. Cricket protectors. Do you like cricket?
Yeah, I don't mind cricket, don't mind one days.
One days. Well, I mean, this could be a one-day cricket protector, and of course, it's also an avant-garde ashtray.
Yeah, that'd look good in a pair of togs too.
It would, absolutely.
Make it look, yeah.
Are we talking sale here, Glenn?
Okay, you got me.
I see Julie McDonald and lead pencils. Hold the pencil however you see fit, seductively. That's beautiful. That, it's magic. I looked at you and I just thought, John Stephen, here's a man that can sell incontinence pants if anyone can. As soon as I looked at you and I took in the whole thing, and I thought, Don Talbot and tripe. That's what happened for me when I saw you.
Is that right?
What I'd like you to do, Tom, put the tripe on your head, sell it to the camera, say, I'm Don Talbot, and whatever comes naturally, Don.
Hey, you guys out there, and the lawyers particularly, look at this for the alternate wig. I think you'd like that. That'll go very well. If you like to eat it and you're hungry in court, off you go with it.
And for all you Olympic hopefuls watching tonight, if you'd like to join the elite and wealthy ranks of these successful athletes and sports personalities, you need the Live and Sweaty Endorsement Placement Service. Call us now. And remember, you can trust us. We're from the media.
Yes, that's right. Live and Sweaty, pretending to care. And care we do indeed about our musical acts. Will you please welcome them back all the way from Newcastle, New South Wales. Well swung. Well, swung there, featuring the guitar of Bruce Matisky, and Bruce has his own solo album. Of course, it's a solo album, therefore it's his own, coming out in 4 weeks at ABC shops, called Still. Well, this was going to be the part of the show where, in the chair next to me, was going to sit the Minister for Sport, Ros Kelly, but she couldn't be here tonight, and that's all for the good, because the guest we have is a lot more interesting and much better. Not only is he an intimate friend of Don Bradman, not only does he have close ties with the West Indian cricket team, but he also happens to be one of the most controversial and outspoken figures in Australian sport. Named after Superman's arch enemy, Lex Luthor, because he had the same sort of personality. Please welcome Lex the Swine Marinos. Lex, it's a great pleasure to see you dressed
just
properly.
Like old times, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. Lex, this Don Bradman thing, just what is your connection with Don Bradman?
With the Don?
Sorry, the Don, yes.
Well, I actually wrote most of Don's dialogue, in fact.
Sorry? Yeah, I didn't realise that you had to write a cricket innings?
Sure. Well, with the Don, as we call him, when we did the Bodyline mini-series.
Sorry, I'm just enjoying myself. Go on, yes.
Can I have a go at that?
No, please.
Was an integral character to it.
And you wrote the Don's dialogue?
With a couple of other writers.
And what were his lines of dialogue? Things like good bowl.
Well, no. Well, I was going to save this for the Holy Relics, but I'll give it to you now.
Oh, thank
in fact,
it's part of the script.
Here's a page of the script. Great infringement of copyright. There you go.
Gee, and this is, you wrote this.
Yeah.
I love cricket, it's my life since I was a kid, since I watched Clary Grimmett and Dainty Ironmonger and Bertie... Oh, you're making these names up. Nobody's called...
That's what they were called.
There's no cricketer called Dainty.
Dainty Ironmonger, of course he was.
What was the matter with him?
He was very dainty. He was one of the oldest cricketers ever to play for Australia.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably took him that long before people could get used to his name.
He's the one that the incident is about. He was a bowler and such an awful tail-end batsman.
And he got hit in the head.
He was the one that as he was going out to bat, there was a phone call to the dressing room, and they said, "Dainty, it's your wife on the phone." He said, "Tell her to hang on."
Oh, he's the one. I'd heard that about Doug Walters. Did you actually meet... No, it's true. Did you actually meet Don Bradman?
I didn't meet him. Gary Sweet, who was on the show, who played Don in the series, went down to meet him, so I gave Gary a book to take down and get an autograph.
Yes. It's not exactly fame, though, is it, Lex? I mean, I was hoping...
Of a sort. I saw the Don's last innings.
Did you?
Yes.
What? Where?
In 1963, when he played against a visiting English team. He played for the Prime Minister's 11 in Canberra.
How old was he?
Oh, I don't know, 60.
Geez, running between the wickets must have been a bit ordinary.
He hit 1-4, I think, and then was bowled by Brian Statham. And
that 1-4 was all he needed for the 100 average.
Yeah, they wouldn't add it.
Oh, it happens. What about your ties with the West Indian cricket team? What's the story there?
This is the tie of the West Indian cricket team. It's very good. Well, also as a kid, I was brought up in Wagga Wagga in New South Wales. And when the famous Tide Test series in 1960-61, the West Indies, they played a game...
Tying in, Tide Test, ties.
They played a game at Marnica Oval in Canberra, and we drove down from Wagga to go and see it, and I was hanging around the dressing room after the game looking for autographs and stuff like that. And there was just there was sort of chicken wire over the window, and there was a bit of a breeze blowing, and this tie kept flapping against the chicken wire. And it was very tempting, and I thought, I had a vision. I thought, in 30 years' time, there'll be a program called Live and Sweaty, and it'll have sporting relics on it. And this West Indies cricket tie would make a very good sporting relic.
You stole that tie, didn't you, Lex?
Yeah.
You stole that tie.
I did steal it.
And you think you can bring it onto this show, and we're going to thank you for it, for
Hopefully.
that act of blatant disrespect and disregard for normal civil courtesies. Well, no, thank you.
Well, that's all right. I wasn't going to give it to you.
Weren't you?
No.
You bastard.
No way.
Why not?
No way.
Well, this is pathetic little script. A few boring words. We want a tie.
No way.
Oh, thank you
I've
very
spilled
much.
blood on this tie.
Why?
I wore it in a play once, and there was a sort of choreographed fight scene in the play with an actor who was much bigger than I was, and we sort of got out of sync with how the fight was meant to go, and he ended up hitting me. It should have been sin binned. It was a stiff-arm tackle.
Really?
And he hit me and my nose started to bleed, and I didn't have a hanky with me, despite all the things my mother had told me.
Was your
I
underwear
didn't have
clean?
a hanky. And so I had to take the tie off and stuff it up my nose.
So, Oh, isn't that nice? We'll have that checked by forensic a bit later on. Now, Lex, I mean, you're a strapping young man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, dear, I got somebody to write that one for me. Was there any sport you ever excelled at, ever?
No.
Oh, dear.
I played heaps of them.
Did you? Tried them all?
All of them.
Why did you keep trying if you're no good?
Because I thought I'd eventually find one that I was really good at.
Maybe lawn bowls will be the thing. What about quoits? Were you ever any good at quoits?
Oh, yeah, not bad on that.
Yeah?
But I just could never find enough decks to play on.
Really? Yeah, just check this, Lex. Let's check your form, shall we?
Oh, Jesus.
What's this
Well, switched on sailors done it again. We found another world champion. This time it's the world champion of quoit throwing.
Yes, of course.
Nice jacket, though.
This will help me break the monotony. And the wig's great.
One thing, everybody has to stand behind the player.
Oh, check that out. Yep. Yep. Beautiful. Hey. Oh, close on the last one.
The main thing you have to do is get...
Beginner's luck, eh?
It certainly was. Have you got any better at it, Lex?
That was just a practice run. Have we got any quotes here now?
As a matter of fact,
yep.
we have.
Come on, let's go.
Straight over there, the light and steady quoits challenge.
Let's do it.
Come on, Lex, let's see.
You're
very keen. This is your chance to redeem yourself.
You go first.
No, you first. I insist. You're the guest, after all. Lex Marinos, a chance to... Oh, that wasn't bad, actually.
Whoops.
Oh. Oh, dear. Now, look, in fairness, because I don't want to embarrass you, have another go. And while you're throwing, I need to ask you this question. For a man that is clearly not very good at sport, why are you so passionate about it?
Because I know one day I'm going to really excel at something. I just know it. It could be quoits.
It could be. Let's check this one out.
Maybe not.
No, well, no, very nice action. That's in fact, I beg your pardon.
Hey!
Oh.
Jesus, that was close.
Yeah.
No. Overtrained.
Yes! No. Come on, look. One
Have a go.
What I think? No, one more go for Lex, I think. Yeah, only fair, only fair. Lex, did you ever have a golden moment at sport in your life?
Yeah?
What?
I got Rick McCosker's wicket once in a cricket game.
Was this when he had the broken jaw and couldn't see?
No, not at all, not at all. No, it was in a charity match for Doug Walters.
Oh, it was charity. He obviously gave his wicket away, didn't he?
I was bowling my very, very famous non-spinning leg breaks. And he was very tired of hitting them.
Yes.
And he...
Oh!
Jeez, that was close. Yes!
Oh.
And he holed up down at Long On.
Oh, dear. Look, does anyone have any idea what Lex is doing wrong, aside from actually turning up on the show tonight?
Boy, I thought I'd get out of this.
Sorry, what was that? He's what? He's not getting him on the peg. Yes, we had...
You meant to get him over the peg.
Yeah, oh, here, have another go. Go on.
Hey, thanks for telling me the rules.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
sorry about
nice
that.
One.
Thought you knew. Come on. One. Oh. Oh.
You haven't thrown any.
Well, okay. Look, tell you what. I'll throw. I'll show you how it's done. But while I'm doing that, thank you very much. Straight to Carantine, the sports desk. Look, I'll show you how it's done. It's easy.
Hello again. Well, topical tonight in terms of our controversy corner question, the outlook has brightened in regard to next month's proposed rugby tours to South Africa by Australia and New Zealand. The South African Rugby Football Union has agreed to concessions set down by the ANC after last month's Boipatong massacre.
After 3 hours of talks, the South African Rugby Football Union indicated it would accept 4 terms set down by the ANC. The wearing of armbands by players on a voluntary basis, billboards at the matches calling for peace and democracy, a minute's silence before each match for victims of violence, and donations from match proceeds to go to a national disaster fund. The proposed Wallaby and All Black tours, specifically, weren't even raised. Amid growing concern for the safety of touring teams, there was this assurance.
South will liaise with both New Zealand and the Australians in respect of their safety. And I'm perfectly confident, given South Africa's hospitality, that should be the least of their concerns.
Patel wouldn't be drawn on whether Australian and New Zealand touring teams would visit Boipatong, the township where 45 people were killed last month. A final go-ahead for the Wallabies tour may hinge on this detail.
And one of the stars of the decathlon retired today, Britain's Daley Thompson making an unfortunate exit from athletics, breaking down as he attempted for a final time to qualify for Barcelona. In a specially arranged decathlon to give the 33-year-old a last chance to make the British qualifying standard, Thompson pulled up moments into the 100 metres, the opening race of the 10-discipline event. A damaged hamstring denying him possible entry to a 5th Olympics. At his peak, Britain's greatest all-round athlete was unbeatable, capturing 2 Olympic golds, 3 Commonwealth titles and a World Championship. Yes, well, recapping tonight's results of the National Basketball League, we've got the full-time scores. Canberra 114 have downed Adelaide 92. Newcastle made up some ground, but they still went down to North Melbourne, but only by 8 points. While looking to the Women's National League, Perth 91 defeated Canberra 62, and as we saw before, bullying Melbourne 72 ahead of the AIS 70. And repeating in the rugby league match played tonight, Illawarra have defeated Eastern Suburbs 18 points to 6. But now, with her thoughts on the rest of this weekend's games, here's the not too well tonight, Debbie Spillane.
ABC Super League tomorrow rolls out the big forwards of Newcastle and Norths at the Marathon Stadium. The Knights are currently second on the ladder while Norths are fifth, but they have 7 teams just behind them breathing down their bull necks. With the top 5 as stable as a royal marriage, neither can afford a loss. I'm going for the monster mates Harrigan and Sargent to make the difference, Newcastle. South take on Penrith in Darwin tomorrow night. After being pipped at the post in their last 2 games, I think we've established they can't win the close ones. Now we'll find out if they can win the ones a little further away from home. I don't think so. Penrith. Match of the round is Wests and Brisbane. The Maggies are the masters of the grinding game, while the Broncos have more style than Paul Keating's ideal Aussie. Their winning margin over East last week was 24 points, and that's the sum total of West's points in their last 3 outings. Broncos to win. In other matches, I'm taking Saints, Canberra, Illawarra, Parramatta and Balmain. Karen.
Thanks, Debbie. Well, no match in the AFL tonight, so it's straight down to El McFeast in Melbourne for a full round of predictions for this weekend's games.
Thanks, Karen, and I'm really not sure what's proving to be the more difficult, actually mastering this incredibly challenging Nintendo AFL game or managing to pick at least one winner in the week-to-week matches. Perhaps I should consult the experts, maybe the members of the AFL Tribunal. In recent times, they've proved themselves particularly adept with knobs, especially those of the handheld variety, with very, very questionable decisions being handed down in recent times. And talking about questionable decisions, could someone please tell me, someone, who decided that South Australia and Victoria, after the State of Origin match, the Crows should get a bye? Was that an accident? Was that something that just happened? I think not, and someone's got a lot to answer for, and I'd like to name names. Moving on to matches. Hawthorn v Carlton. Hawthorn have bounced back with a vengeance. Too strong for the Blues. North Melbourne and Richmond. Well, there's a match that'll be good for football. Collingwood too strong for the Brisbane Bears. St Kilda and Footscray, both teams depleted by injury, but if Plugger can rouse himself from his sick bed and kick straight, as he didn't in the earlier match between these two foes, the Saints should storm home. Melbourne have had their joy for the season. They'll lose again against Geelong. On Sunday, Fitzroy and Essendon, well, the Bombers look good and should be too good for the Lions. And, of course, West Coast Eagles. Be gentle with the Swans, won't you, boys? Karen.
Thanks, Earl, and that's it from me now. But now it's over to Andrew at Sydney's Darling Harbour asking more poor souls tonight's question, should we play sport with South Africa?
Hello, hello. Coffee, tea? Oh, tea would be lovely, thank you very much. Right, so, would anyone else like tea? Can we have, what?
Tea.
40,000 teas, thank you, and 130,200 coffees, one white.
For that gentleman over there, okay.
Should we play sport with South Africa?
No, I think everyone should get together and play together. That way all the countries, you know, all mixed together. And
is what you're saying here, correct me if I'm wrong, that what we need is a great big melting pot, big enough to take the world and all it's got. Is that what you're saying?
No, not exactly.
I'm glad of that, they're terrible lyrics.
Hello, sir. Oh, look, please, ABC Telly.
Yes.
Tell me, should we play sport with South Africa?
All the time.
Yeah?
Feelings all the time, yeah.
Why?
Sport is a fantastic situation. You shouldn't, you know, mud it up.
With politics?
Oh, look, forget it. Forget about politics. Sport is sport, you know. If you want to put politics into it, you're really stuffing yourselves up.
I don't believe that sport should come into politics in any manner or form.
I mean, that's a very nice ideal, but is it actually realistic?
It's realistic because if you don't, we should fix up in our own backyard because we've got the same problem with the Aboriginals.
Should we play sport with South Africa?
No, definitely not.
Why is that?
Well, they're too racist.
They're too racist? And you think that sporting sanctions are a good way of getting the point across?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, sport is definitely political.
Sport, it should be not a political issue. Sport should just be country against country, and it should have nothing to do politically.
Yeah.
Sport's a totally different thing.
Gee, it'd be easy if it was all black and white, wouldn't it?
We're in a world that's in complete and utter turmoil, and to throw sport into it just adds to the cauldron, really.
No, not until they created the ANC's demands. I just think, you know, apartheid shouldn't really come into part of it.
Sport's sport, isn't it? It's nothing to do with the political side of it.
We play sports with Los Angeles athletes.
Yeah.
And their blokes get treated worse than South Africans.
Oh, I get the sucker fired up. This wasn't such a good idea.
Nick McGuan, my favourite footballer in the world.
I should ask it from down here, really. Nick, should we play sport with South Africa?
I don't think we should.
Why?
No, good football here, I reckon.
Not until they sort themselves out.
We shouldn't.
No.
Why should sport be used as a sanction in a political matter?
Because sport is one of the only things that evokes an emotional response.
Particularly in Australians.
Exactly.
Too bloody right.
Yeah.
Look after those feet. That's the worst tenure I've ever seen in my life.
Well, it's only a political thing. Don't fuck the sportsmen about it. Let them go and do their own thing.
Oh, hello. And who's this?
This is Carlo.
Carlo, of course, is what, a cat?
Of course.
What sort of, I don't know, what sort of snake is Carlo?
It's a diamond pot.
Now, why do I just get this sudden sense of it?
Why are you going backward?
Well, I'm recoiling because it's uncommon. Well, should we play sport? It's very cute, actually. Should we play sport with South Africa? Should we play sport with South Africa? Quickly answer this question.
Now, Andrew, now.
Andrew. Yes, a terrible case of snake envy there, but I'm over it. I'm here at Controversy Corner. Should we play sport with South Africa? No, says Adam Remington of Tasmania. We should play against them. Good point, Adam. Michael Granite, our old friend from Victoria, or Granat, says he thinks it's a positively delightful prospect. We could enjoy a gentlemanly game of snooker with the security forces in a pot black championship around the townships. Or play Soweto Coits. That's one for you, Lex. Soweto Coits Flambe, sponsored, of course, by Firestone Tyres. And Neil Morris of Victoria says we play sport with many countries that have a very poor record of human rights abuse. Good point, Neil, but what do our panel think? Let's meet them. To my right, Rex the Moose Mossop, Peter Hadfield, and from St John Ambulance, Mark Compton. And to my left, the puss, sick bunny, Debbie Spillane, the chronically ill Crackers Keenan, and over there in the punishment pit of Coits, until he gets it right. Come on, Lex, give it a go. Lex, the swine mariner. Not even close, buddy. Well, actually, Lex, while you're over there, we might as well start with you.
Yeah.
Should we play sport with South Africa?
No way!
Behind the red line.
No
please.
way!
Why not?
Two very good reasons. For one, their rugby players are still taking performance-enhancing drugs, and that hasn't been sorted out. And in the World Cup of Cricket, we tried that, and they beat us. So why should we play against them anymore? No way.
Look, I'm sold already. We should end it here.
Yeah.
But I suppose we have to talk to the other people. Mark Compton from St John Ambulance.
Well, I'm convinced we should, Andrew.
Now, I'm sorry, Lex. That doesn't mean you can come back. I distinctly saw on Switched On Set that you missed with 6. It's 6 in a row or nothing, buddy. Start again. Cool. Start again. Yep. Sorry, Mark, you were saying?
I'm convinced we should, Andrew, because our colleagues in South Africa and St John Ambulance need the work.
Now, normally that would just be a vicious, money-grabbing commercial plug, but we all know St John Ambulance are a worthy organisation in dire need of funds.
Turned pro over there.
I'm hot now. I'm hot now.
Peter steady, Lex. Peter Hadfield.
I think we should play. I just don't think that any form of boycotts work. You look at it's taken them almost 30 years after initiating a boycott to try and get something happening in South Africa. You look at the example in Moscow, it changed absolutely nothing. And the United States had a meet with the Soviet Union about 3 months afterwards in Moscow. So I think the sportsmen are becoming pawns for the benefit of government. I think, even from a sporting point of view, I was in a possibility of missing out on going to Moscow. It was a vote 6-5 that we went to the Olympics in Moscow, and I'd put in 4 years of training, 6 hours a day, every day, and I guess from a selfish point of view, and for all sportsmen's benefit, that they should be allowed to do what they want to do.
Well, I'm sorry, Peter, I think that is selfish, because I would often put in 6 hours a day viewing of sport, and I was prepared not to see you in Moscow. I mean, it's fair. What do you think, Rex? Lex, come home, Lex. All is forgiven. Come on back to the panel. I mean, we've got an important political debate happening here, and all you can do is throw quoits. A sense of responsibility, please. Rex.
Well, I think they're a great sporting nation. They're marvellous at rugby. They're great at cricket, and they've got some wonderful athletes over there. But until our Australian rugby side, which I'm more concerned with than the cricketers, until they can be assured that there will not be any trouble, that they won't be under any danger or have any constraints put on them, I don't think they should go. I think it's a bloody foolish idea. And I think it's something that we will regret if one of those guys got involved in a riot over there. That'd be hell to pay, and I just don't want to know anything about it.
Well, varied points of view. Mark just thinks of it from the ambulance point of view. Peter thinks athletes shouldn't be pawns.
Peter thinks a very selfish point of view.
Yes, but fair enough.
Very
Don't put in the way. Rex, of course, is worried about the safety of our athletes. Lex is just off his face. Debbie, what do you think?
Well, I was in favour of the original.
Don't give up your day job.
By the way, this is a St John ambulance emergency kit here. I know you think this is a Rex Mossop ear protector, but in fact it's